Welcome to YouTube. You've reached the end of YouTube. And actually, there's no more guru shit after this. It's going to be some serious talk. So if you're not making 10k per month, every single month, from now till the end of the year, then you are a great big fat failure. And let's talk about it, because obviously I'm joking. And if you haven't realised that, you've probably clicked off and you're thinking, fuck, that guy was annoying. But if you're still here, welcome. My name's Conrad. I run an ads agency in the UK and I post YouTube videos. Sometimes they're like this, sometimes they're more vlog style, and sometimes I actually have value to give. Today is probably not one of those days. I have zero things written down for this video, apart from, actually that's a fat lie, because I've written down two things. 4 clients in 7 days, which is something I want to touch on, and also the fact that people do not need any more information, because in most cases you already know what to do, especially when it comes to building an agency or running a social media marketing agency. Let's talk about the great lock-in first, because I think that's something that needs to be touched on, and I kind of got triggered the other day on TikTok about this, just down to the fact that little trends like that literally do not do anything apart from breed failure. And most people will attempt these things, and including myself. I used to be that kid when I was 17, 16, locking in and, hustling away and thinking that if I just locked myself in the room and worked, and whatever the type of work actually included, then I would get to those 10k months and, be successful, because that's what I was just positioning myself as. Basically, my success lied in the fact that I had to be at 10k per month, otherwise I was just a failure, which isn't the case. Obviously it depends on what you actually deem success to be, because success isn't just financials and having a fucking Rolex or whatever the fuck people want, right? There's loads of different aspects to success, and some may say having a family and having a healthy child or children, or having the ability to look after your mother and father when they grow older, that's success. Like, there's so many different ways of looking at success, so it's all objective, and I don't think I need to be getting into that. But the great lock-in, something that a lot of people are just being set up with for failure, because you are jumping from one day doing absolutely fuck all to all of these habits that you're now pushing yourself to do. And in most cases, you are going to fail. And the reason for that is down to the sheer fact that human beings cannot adapt to so many new factors in their life. If you're not doing the bare basics, as an example, doing 10k steps per day, right? If you're not eating clean food, if you're not sleeping 8 hours a day, if you're not turning off your phone an hour before, and you're not doing the bare minimum, as I would probably say, like that's my hygiene standard of doing those things per day, then it's so difficult to just go from your shitty little routine of playing video games till 3 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or whatever it is that people do nowadays, or kids or young lads do, and then kind of jumping into the fact that you're going to be going to the gym every day, you're going to be hitting 5Ks, you're going to be running every single other day, you're going to be reading books, you're going to be doing 10k steps per day, you're going to be eating clean, you're going to be hitting your protein, you're going to be hitting your outreach numbers, you're going to be doing this, this, and this, and this on the 1st of September, because it's the great lock-in and that's it. It's bullshit. You're setting yourself up for failure, because that's not how habits work. You kind of want to exchange things. And what I would probably propose for anybody that's actually interested in being semi-successful when it comes to the lock-in and the great lock-in, as we kind of titled it, read Atomic Habits. It's probably the most simplest book to read about habits, and it kind of allows you to understand how they're actually built and what you should be substituting them for, and how you should be rewarding yourself if you do stick to those things, and how you should be adding and stacking habits on top of each other, not just fucking chucking everything in for 1st of September and expecting everything to work, because in most cases you might stick to it for a week, maybe 2, if you're really resilient and you're actually determined to succeed. But after that, 99% of people are just going to fall off, and maybe the 1% are going to come out and say the great lock-in actually helped me and I hit that 10k a month or whatever it is that the goal is, right? But in most cases it's not going to happen. So that's my fucking 2 pence on the great lock-in. 4 clients in 7 days is what I've signed in the past 7 days. I know, that's absolutely insane, isn't it? It really isn't. But for me, that's definitely something that I've been kind of leading up to in terms of the way I've been setting up the business, in terms of who I've been trying to attract more of. There's some definitely huge opportunities at the moment in the pipeline. Some older clients resurfacing, some big campaigns being launched. The team's definitely going to have to grow, which I think that's why I've probably picked up the camera again, because I've not done one of these sort of documenting videos for quite some time. I'm still trying to find myself when it comes to YouTube videos. I do like these, but I also don't believe that there's enough value for me to show, or maybe there's just me being repetitive and being like, I've done my outreach today, I booked 3 calls today, I closed one guy because we were a good fit and I thought that could help him and I have the solution to help him, and yeah, so I've collected all this money and I'm actually going to start onboarding him. And I, in a way, for me, it's very repetitive. I know for somebody that's watching, probably isn't, because you're not in this day in, day out. But it kind of makes it quite difficult for me to document when it's very repetitive. So if I don't get engagement on comments or DMs about after these videos, I kind of fall off and just be like, I don't know what to talk about. But if somebody sends me a message saying like, mate, talk about this, or like, how do you do this, or they comment saying like, whatever, what's your favorite fucking book? I don't know. I might get into it and might be a nerd about it. But yeah, 4 clients in 7 days. Usual spiel: Facebook ads into a lead form, because it's the easiest way to close the loop and give Meta the actual feedback that you're after some serious people, not fucking bottom of the barrel leads. And conversations started and conversations ended in me collecting some money. That's pretty much it. And now we're going to go and deliver the results, hopefully. If not, I'm a fraud and I'm going to get some bad reviews. And lastly, I wanted to talk about information and the fact that most people don't actually need any more information. There's been a lot of people inquiring about mentorship, and yes, I'm a guru now if you have been watching me for a while, and I've sold my soul to the devil and I'm just selling programs now. I'm not actually running an agency. Haha. There's been a lot of people inquiring, and actually what I've found, and I've noticed a sort of a trend, I guess you could say, is the fact that people have all the information that's necessary. There's been so many people giving away free value for years now on the internet, and everything that you kind of need to start, to build, to sort of scale is there. I've literally just released 21 days of emails, which, by the way, link in the description, for anybody that's actually starting, building, or looking to scale their agency. There's more value in that 21 days than there probably ever has been on my YouTube channel in the hours and hours of recordings, because I've actually sat down, thought about the lessons that I've learned over the course of the 2 years of doing this now, almost. And I just thought, let's compile everything into an email and push my mentorship. If anybody's actually interested after the 21 days, fair play, you can reach out, make it super easy. I don't sell you anything into it. It's completely free, and you give me your name, your email, and you get an email a day in exchange. Very valuable. Anyway, most people don't actually need more information. Most people just need some clarity as to which direction to take, and also they need to stay accountable. And most cases, and that's something that I've always learned and I've always been very, very opinionated on, is the fact that we just cannot stay accountable to ourselves. And if you're a young entrepreneur and you're starting this journey, I'm sure you've had so many ideas. I'm sure you've tried to stay accountable to yourself through a variety of different methods, whether it's, writing goals on whiteboards, or telling other friends, and, getting this sort of dopamine hit from telling people your goals and what you're going to be doing. Like this, I'm sure you'll be aware of people in your circle that are like that just tell you that they're going to be doing this and they're going to be doing this, and then next week it's like, oh yeah, never mind, it didn't work out. A lot of the times it's with fitness and with business. But I've done this before, and in most cases I'm talking from experience. I've done everything to kind of stay accountable to myself. I've watched the McGregor videos where it's motivation, and the David Goggins, and whoever fucking else I can pull out of my brain right now. There's been enough motivation out there, and what I found is that motivation doesn't carry you anywhere. It's literally just a fucking buzzword, because if your current situation isn't motivating you to actually get up and do the fucking work, then it's tough, man. And to be honest, if you don't deep it, and if you don't actually reflect on the current position and where you actually want to be, and decide that, look, actually, I need to drop my mates, I need to drop the environment that I'm currently in because it's not serving me, I need to sacrifice the next 2, 3, 4 years of my life to get to where I actually want to be, then there's no point even watching these videos. You're probably 10 minutes into one of mine, and what's the point if you're not going to sit here and think, you know what, I actually want to get to a certain stage in life. And I know the boundary and the goalpost kind of always gets pushed, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You know, oh, I want to make 5k. You hit 5k and it's like, oh, great, I'm not actually that happy. Let's hit 10k. And, you know, I'll be happy when I hit 10k. And then you actually hit 10k and it's like, all right, just numbers on the screen. What about 15k, 20k, 30k? And the goalpost keeps on moving, right? But if you can't sit here and think about the situation that you're currently in, and whatever that situation may be, I don't know you, you don't know me. Obviously, I'm behind the screen, you're behind the screen, right? But if you can't sit here and think, I need to change this. I'm a young lad, I'm 18, I'm 19, and obviously you don't know what you don't know. You might not have the information, but if you do feel that sort of energy where you know you want more out of life, and you're seeing all these nice things on the internet, and you're actually sat there and you're thinking, how do I actually get to those things? Because it's nice scrolling Instagram and seeing Lambos and Porsche GT3s. Like, as an example, look at this on my fucking screen, right? That's a simple reminder every single day for me to know that one day I'm going to get in that car and I'm going to use this fucking video clip, because I know this is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm doing something right, in the right direction. It's just a matter of time. But that said, bit of a tangent there, but to make my point clear, if you can't sit here, think about your current situation and think about the situation that you actually want to be in and sacrifice things in your life to get to that situation, then it's pointless trying to be the person that you're not. And that's probably something that I'll end the video on, because I've spoken enough. Hopefully this was valuable. I went on a bit of a deep chat there, but I hope to see you in the next one.